Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's June 4th, 2017. I'm going to tell you why Steve Kerr is coming back today for Game 2. This is a perfect script. It is a major tribute to Oracle Arena. The last time I did a video on Steve Kerr coming back for missing time to coach, he was coming back for game number 44, 44 years after the Warriors moved to Golden State, and the date was December 2nd, 12/2 as we write it in the US. I said in that video, watch the Warriors score 122 points tonight in the win. That's exactly what they did. These games, when you know how to read the code behind the scripting, you can get ahead of what's going to happen. So I want to show you what I see in Steve Kerr returning for Game 2, June 4th, 2017. Please notice his birthday is September 27th, has everything to do with his return today, as well as the day he departed from coaching, Mike Brown filling in April 24th. Big relationship here, but September 27th, this date he was born in 1965, that's the birthday for the Society of Jesus or the Jesuit Order, which I'm continually showing how professional sports are scripted in tribute to. The Atlanta Falcons owner, Arthur Blank, has the same birthday as September 27th. He's a Jesuit. Think about how he wears the red, white, and black like the Catholic Church. He just lost in Super Bowl 51. The Falcons have now lost in two Super Bowls. They've lost in Super Bowl 51 and Super Bowl 33. If you add those numbers together, it sums to 84. We're going to talk about 84 in a moment. Has a lot to do with the Jesuits. But anyway, it's interesting that Steve Kerr's 51 years old, has the same birthday as Arthur Blank, who just lost in Super Bowl 51. Remember Tom Brady sending out some tweets after the Super Bowl to the Celtics? Show you how it all comes together. So, with regards to the Jesuits, their home is the Vatican, the Catholic Church. Today's June 4th, 2017, a date with 47 numerology. It's the 71st season of the NBA, or the 47th season of the modern era, which began when the Blazers, Buffalo Braves, and Cavs joined the NBA, bringing the league total to 17 teams. The Cavs were the 17th team to join from the 17th state, Ohio. NBA in gematria sums to 17. The Celtics lead the league with 17 championships. Lakers in second place with 16. Anyhow, in light of Steve Kerr having the Jesuit order's birthday, it's also highly likely he's a Jesuit. The majority of these players went to Catholic high schools, Catholic colleges, Catholic upbringing, Jesuit upbringing. Anyhow, Jesuit has gematria of 84. Atlanta, the city's on the 84th meridian. They've been in two Super Bowls, 33 and 51, added together 84. They just lost by the numbers to Tom Brady. I told everyone why the Patriots would win that Super Bowl and why it was all about 25. Scripted 25-point comeback to really mock the fans of Atlanta. Anyhow, 84 pertains to the Jesuits within the Catholic Church. The word Catholic has gematria of 35, like Tom Brady, a Jesuit, versus Matt Ryan, a Jesuit. And remember, it's all about King James. King James, 35, the star player of the finals, LeBron James, who last year won on the real King James's birthday. In game one, they lost with 35% shooting. The Warriors scored 35 in the first quarter. We had Mike Brown with the March 5th 3/5 birthday, who began coaching LeBron at age 35. We had Tyronn Lue with the May 3rd birthday, 5/3 or 3/5. All of this is ritual by the numbers. This is the Kabbalah code, which is important to Masonry, which is within the Catholic Church, Zionism, and more. Let's not forget that Kevin Durant, wearing number 35, was the big acquisition on July 4th, the nation's birthday. If you write out United States of America in Jewish gematria, it sums to 929, and Kevin Durant's birthday is 9/29, September 29th, the day leaving 93 days left in the year. You might recall the Patriots had 93 plays in the Super Bowl. Last year, the Cavs won Game 7 with 93 points in Oracle Arena. I don't mean to overwhelm you, but all of these numbers are important. Game 1 of these finals, the final score was 91 to 113, a sum of 204 points in Oracle. If the Cavs win tonight, their all-time playoff record will be 113 wins and 91 losses. So here's where it gets good. Up to now, it's been maybe a little bit boring. Here's where it gets good. April 24th is the day that Steve Kerr was replaced by Mike Brown. Supposedly his back hurt. His back was hurting him. Notice that's the 114th day of the year, leaving 251 days remaining. 251 is what's crucial. From Steve Kerr's birthday to today is a span of 251 days. Why does 251 matter? Because it's the 54th prime number and Oracle equals 54. Remember when their home winning streak was snapped at 54 games by the Celtics? Or how about when Steph Curry's 157 streak, he had a 157 game streak of a made three-pointer. It ended in the Staples Center. The building names are crucial. Oftentimes, this is how the Super Bowls, the championships, the NBA Finals, the World Series are scripted. As I explained last year, before the season began, I said in the AFC it was going to be the Colts or the Patriots from the beginning, and I said it had everything to do with 39 and 93. Tom Brady was 39 years old, 93 plays in the game, all part of a script that was a tribute to the stadium where construction began March 9th, and that stadium is called NRG 39. You see? This is how it's scripted. Undeniable. Pay attention. Been talking about the 113th World Series and what buildings have 113 names. You know, one of those is in Detroit, and Detroit keeps getting a lot of 113 clues. Right now, they don't look like the front runner for the World Series in the AL with the way the Astros are playing, who are another team I said to watch for. But the Tigers could sneak in by the end of the year. Remember that. See the work I've done. Anyhow, look at this recent headline from when Steve Kerr got hurt. His career was in jeopardy. As I explained, anytime they emphasize a phrase, it's the gematria behind it. In jeopardy equals 54. 54. Just like how the 251, the 54th prime, this big number in the scripting. 117 or 153 are both numbers that have a lot to do with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Watch the video I put out October 25th, 2016, saying why this year's NBA Finals for the third time in a row would be Warriors and Cavs. The last 3 years from the start of the season, I've said why these teams will meet in the championship each year. All by the same numbers. Cavs won their first game with 117 points, winning by 29. The Warriors lost by 29 to the Spurs. Ohio 29. Both LeBron and Steph Curry born in the same hospital in Akron, Ohio. This man also reminds me that the last game they mentioned how Steve Kerr's missed 54 games the last 3 years. So he'd missed 54 games before this return that has everything to do with 54. This is the last game in Oracle before they go back to Cleveland. Now look at the name Steve Kerr, who's supposedly born in Beirut, Lebanon. You can see an older video I did on him and the death of his father by the numbers. A lot of these people, as young men, have suspicious deaths in their family at the time they sign with their colleges, which is true of Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr went to school in Arizona, which I just want to mention in light of the Jesuit connection. Donald Trump, who's a Jesuit, did his first campaign speech there, the 48th state, gematria of 84. Donald Trump, 48. Remember, it was the 58th presidential election. He announced he was running from his 58-story Trump Tower. Remember when LeBron James and Donald Trump, who both had big summers in Cleveland, Trump's convention was in the same building the Cavs play in. Remember when they both were at the White House the same day, November 10th? Thursday night football was the Browns against the Ravens. The Ravens used to be the Browns. Some rituals going on. This is bigger than basketball. This is New World Order stuff. That's why Steve Kerr is from Beirut, Lebanon. You think he cares about selling out Americans in rig sports? Not at all. He's been doing it for a long time. Played for those Chicago Bulls that got away with everything. And, of course, he played for the team that set the win record, if I'm not mistaken. You know, then his Warriors beat it. I might be wrong about that. He might have been a Spur at that point in his career, but he used to play for those Bulls with Jordan. Anyhow, just look at his name. Steve Kerr, Beirut, Lebanon, overlap with the 42, 57, 78. NBA Finals. NBA Finals with the S exception, which I should put up here. That's the single reduction. NBA Finals also has that 42 connection, like his name. But anyhow, Steve Kerr, NBA Finals, a lot of overlap. Here he is making this symbolic return in the NBA Finals by the numbers. Look at the 2-1-3. Remember, LeBron, his first game in these finals, his 213th, 213 days from his birthday. The word racism has Gematria of 213. Had a big story about racism. And let's not forget Len Bias, who was drafted in 1986, the first year of the NBA Finals. The Cavs drafted Brad Daugherty, the Celtics drafted Len Bias, and then the Warriors drafted, I forget who, but they had the third pick. Len Bias died June 19th, the same day Cavs beat the Warriors last year. 2-1-3. 213 days after his birthday, again in the first year of the name of the NBA Finals. So something else I noticed about Steve Kerr, his full name is Stephen Douglas Kerr. And think about Stephen Curry, Stephen Douglas Kerr. His name, it trips me out in light of the Super Bowl. It was the 97th season of the NFL. Remember, Bill Belichick equals 97, as I explained all year. You know, I said the same things all year. If it's not the Colts, it's going to be the Patriots. 97 is the 25th prime, 25th AFC Super Bowl. It all happened with the 25-point comeback. So, Finals has Gematria of 25. If the West wins the NBA championship this year, NBA championships by conference. I want to look this up together. I think I'm not mistaken about this. I think if the East wins, it'll be the 23rd championship. If the West wins, if the West wins, it'll be 25. So this is part of the reason this year is so hard to call. Imagine LeBron winning his 23rd. King, the word King's 23, wears 23. All these tributes to King James, which we talked about, 35. But if the West wins, following the Super Bowl, the 97th season of the Super Bowl, we see how these leagues are always connected together. Remember, baseball, basketball, football, all of these leagues share a relationship because they're all scripted by the same Kabbalah-practicing Zionist Jews who own these leagues. So the West could get number 25, Finals 25, this ritual Stephen Douglas Kerr, the thing I showed you about North Carolina. I'll let you be the judge. I'm just putting the pieces of the puzzle out here. This is a really tough year to call because they stack the same numbers on both teams. This might be the most challenging one yet. Also, from the day his back was hurt where he was replaced by Mike Brown until today, June 4th, is 41 days later. Notice the 1 month and 11 days. Let's not forget the NBA Finals has the 111 Gematria, just like Cleveland Cavaliers. And I keep looking at that in light of the trilogy, 1-1-1. Could it mean Warriors win one, Cavs won, Warriors won? Not necessarily, but possibly, 41 days later, Golden State has Gematria 41, who he coaches for. Remember, so does Kobe Bryant. So does 14. Joe Jellybean Bryant, drafted 14th overall 41 years before Kobe Bryant retired. His father drafted by the Warriors. Golden State King. LeBron last year won on the real King James's birthday on a date with 41 numerology. 41's the 13th prime. He won in his 13th season. King James was made King James at 13 months of age, which should tell you something. How much did King James really do, This world has been run the same way for a long time, by banker tyrants who use puppets who treat the world as a stage. This is the clever way that a certain gang who rules over us has figured out how to manage the world. With regards to it being 41 days later, you could also say it's been a span of 42 days. And again, Jesuit 42, Steve Kerr 42, Beirut 42, LeBron James 42, NBA Finals 42, Zionism 42. Got a lot of blog posts on Steve Kerr by the numbers, by the way. Doesn't just begin today. Everything about Steve Kerr's career, just like all of these paid-for actors in the world of sports, it's by the numbers. April 24th, the day his back went out, that's also the 114th day of the year, right? I talked about this with Kevin Durant, KD. K's the 11th letter, D's the 4th, KD, 11-4, 114. LeBron James also 114. LeBron James at the White House the same day as the president. Just for the record, President of the United States 114, Trump card. Donald Trump in the time of the hit show House of Cards about the presidency. A show that often shows the news before the news happens. Not by accident, because the same people who control your media, control your government, control your sports leagues. And it's all a show. It's all theater. It's all planned. But I wanted to look at Steve Kerr's playoff coaching record. Currently, he has he's played in 58. This is 58 playoff games right here. These are his playoff games. 58 total. Number for Freemasonry, Secret Society. King James died at age 58. 23 years after becoming a Freemason. Just to appreciate this, you can look this up. It's all true. King James became a Freemason at age 35, right? King James became a Freemason at age 35. If you're new to my channel, I've explained how this is the period in time when modern English was created, the Americas, the colony plan began. All big agenda. King James, who has a lot to do with the United States of America, died 84 days before his 59th birthday. United States of America, 84. His right-hand man was Francis Bacon, known as Lord Bacon, 84. He's credited with something called the colonization scheme of America. Colony, 84, like states. Again, the nation's capital, where D.C. is, used to be the Catholic colony, Jesuit. LeBron James, born in 84. King James, dead 84 days before his 59th birthday at age 58. He was a Rosicrucian and in Freemasonry. Rosicrucian, 58. Freemasonry, 58. All interconnected. But anyway, Steve Kerr, this is going to be his 59th game. And tonight he's either going to get his 45th win, the reflection of 54, talked all about 54, or his 15th loss. And remember, the King James Bible came out when King James was 45 years old. He died 13 years after that. 23 years after becoming a Freemason. Again, the word king also has gematria of 23. LeBron, King James, number 23, playing the Warriors who won 67 games. Knows King is 67 like West. Tonight will also be Steve Kerr's 305th game all-time if you count his regular season record. 305, 35. This is why I'm a teeter-totter with all the information. I can't make a decision either way because the numbers are stacked on both teams. LeBron James, remember, this rivalry, the trilogy between these teams began in the Cavs' 45th season. And like I said, King James had a Bible named after him at age 45. I just want you to see the gematria of 45 for Holy Bible. You see this? The Cavs' 45th season, the ritual began with the Warriors and Cavs. It's all about King James. You know? Notice the 153. Again, the Jesuit order running it all. You see? So it looks like it's 5:03. I wanted to get this out before the game started. It means it's starting right now. I'm going to upload this. It'll be out ASAP. Until next time, True C.